Hi, digital marketers. This is Faisal Amin. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I will try to show you how to set up TikTok Pixel Conversion API, that is both browser and server, with the Shopify Theme Independent DataLayer. That is the new data layer. By using this data layer, you have to find each and every event and event parameter with the tag assistant preview. That means you can preview your event in Google Tag Assistant. So no more delay, let's get started. And you can see that our data layer is perfectly activated. And if I am go to the backend of Shopify, you can see that we have created the new data layer for our Shopify store. So firstly, we are go to our TikTok platform. That is my business center TikTok. And also from the business center, if you're creating the account, you just go to the three line and go to the event manager. Then after, you have to find out this kind of interface. So firstly, I have to create the pixel on TikTok. So create source data, then go to web, because today our target is web conversion API. Then next, and you have to add any website. So we just copy our Shopify partner URL and back to our event manager section of TikTok. So paste on it and go to the next. And we have to find out the two options. One is partner integration and second one is manual setup. So we are go to the second one, manual setup. So click on it and then next. And you have to find out the option, which one you have to pick. So our today target is web and server. So we are clicking the first one, and that is the recommended. So click on it and the next. And here you have to giving the pixel name. So just I am giving my name to understand that, and that is for the Shopify and create. But for your case, you can giving your business name. So I am create on it, and that is the important. You have to copy the code and then go to the next and manage configuration. So you can settings later after completing your process. So I'm just to go to next, and also that is our website, and next. And here you have to find out the implement event API generate access token, that is also required. So we have to collecting the access token later when we set up the server, then next and finish. So we are creating the pixel on Shopify. So that is our pixel. So go to our Google Tag Manager and create the events and create the all events one by one. So go to our Google Tag Manager. That is my previous account. I know how can you create the account on Google Tag Manager and also give the tag, triggers, variables. But if you do not yet, then you go to my YouTube channel and you can find out lots of video how to create it. So I am escape this process, how to create the account. I hope you can able to create the account on Google Tag Manager. So before it's so go to the new and tag configuration. First one is the custom HTML, because we have putting the TikTok pixel base code. So we have paste on it code which we are copy from the TikTok event manager. And triggering will be the page view, because for the Shopify store we are activated a trigger, that is page view. When you open any kind of web page, the trigger will be fired. So we are select the page view. So tag name will be the TikTok base code, and that also for the page view. So we are just adding it and save it. So our TikTok base pixel are adding with our website perfect. So we are set up the base pixel for TikTok. Now we have to create some event parameter, because one by one we have to create the event parameter for TikTok. So before we have to create some variable. So go to variables, create the variable and go to new variable configuration. First one is data layer variable, and back to our Google Tag Assistant. We have to create the items variable, eCommerce dot items. We have created items. That is the There will be e-commerce items. So second one is e-commerce dot currency. That will be the TikTok currency. And just one by one create it. So you have to follow the data layer, because if you have any spelling mistake, then your event is not working. So save it. And our third one is data layer variable equals value, that is the TikTok value. TikTok value. Save it. So now we are go to our event. So go to tags. We have to create the view item event for TikTok. So new tech configuration here. We have to find out the TikTok pixel. If you do not find out here, you can go to the template gallery and search on it TikTok. Then you can find out the TikTok pixel template easily. So I'm select on it, and pixel ID. We have to create the pixel ID already. So where you find out the pixel ID, you can go to the my event manager section. From here you can also collecting the ID, and also from the URL you can collecting the ID from here. So I am already create on it. That means that will be the TikTok pixel ID, TikTok pixel, and event name will be the view content, and parameter override. You have to deselect the Google Analytics e-commerce data layer. We are deselect on it and go to the multiple content, and firstly we have to create the contents variable. That is the most important variable for the TikTok. So click the plus sign. Also click the plus sign. Variable configuration, that will be the custom JavaScript. So paste the code. You can see that we are using the GA4 schema. According to GA4 schema, we are adding the content ID, name, price, currency, and value. And data type will be the number, and quantity will be the number, and content ID will be the string. And you have to adding the array. Just here you have to change the e-commerce item which we are create before. You know that will be the DLB e-commerce item, and we have to giving the variable name, that is TikTok contents array. Save it. That is the most important. So we have to adding the value. We are already create the value for it, that is TikTok value, and currency, that is the TikTok currency. And we are adding the event ID because we want to deduplicate on it. Event ID we are create the before. And if I am go to the additional properties, we have to adding the content type. So add row, and key name will be the content type, and value will be the product. Edit, and triggering will be the view content, that will be the view item. So giving the tag name, that is TikTok view item. Save it. So I am escape the add to cart begin checkout event. Just I go to the purchase, because the same process for the add to cart begin checkout. So go to new tag configuration and TikTok pixel, and adding the pixel ID, that is the TikTok pixel, and event name will be the place and order, and parameter override. You have to deselect the use Google Analytics e-commerce data layer. Go to the multiple content. Just we adding the contents on it. You know that we are creating the before TikTok contents array value, that is the TikTok value, and the currency will be the same, that is the TikTok currency. And we have to adding the event ID for deduplications, event ID, and additional parameter will be the content type, and value will be the product. Save it, and triggering will be the purchase, event purchase, that is the TikTok purchase. Save it. So now we have previously set up Google tag. If I go to the Google tag, here we have only create the tag ID, that is 1234. That is the dummy tag ID. You know, as a client GA4 are our client receiver, they are redirect to the all browser request to server. So we are using the Google Analytics 4, and send page view will be the false for the Shopify. And server container URL, we have to adding the URL. So now question is where we find out the URL. If I go to the step, you can see that I'll create the first party domain and custom domain for the server side tracking. So now you can find out my YouTube channel how to create the first party domain and custom domain. Here this video you can see that. So you just watching this video, then you can able to create the first party domain and custom domain for your website. I hope you understand. So I'm go to the server side. So go to the new and tech configuration. And I am only set up the purchase event, not others, because the all are same as well as. So go to Google Analytics, GA4 event, and measurement ID will be the G12344, and event name will be the purchase. If you do not memorize it, just go to the tag assistant and the purchase. You can just copy the purchase from here and back to rule tag manager and paste on it. That is the same. And event parameter, you have to add in the one by one event parameter. The first one is content type, and second one is contents, currency, and our next one is value, and our next one is order ID. That is important because purchase has a transaction ID, event time, event ID, and our next one is TTCL ID. That is a cookie for TikTok. So that is the important. And our next one is TTP. So we are adding the one by one value. So that is the product. So we are already adding the contents currency. That is the TikTok currency value. Already we are create the event parameter TikTok value. Order ID is transaction ID. Event time will be the event time. Event ID will be the event ID, and that is the TT. So we are create the cookie. So variable, and that will be the first party cookie, and that is the TTCL ID. Save it, and second one is TTP plus sign, and that is the first party cookies, and just adding the underscore is the TTP, and that will be the TTP. Save it. So we are done. Just adding the trigger, that is the purchase, and tag name will be the TikTok server side for the purchase. Save it. We are done. The all are same for each and every event. So now go to our browser container to create the TikTok conversion API. So new. So we have create the tag on server container. So new tag configuration, that will be the TikTok. We are do not find out here. So we are go to the template gallery to finding the TikTok template for server. So we are search on it. TikTok. So you have to pick the step.io and add to workspace add. So we are go to the inherit from client and access token, where you find the access token. Go to our event manager and settings section. If we scroll it, find out the generate access token here. So we have copied the generate access token from here and back to our server container, paste the access token on it, and pixel again go to event manager. We are go to the pixel ID from URL. You can also collect it, and also from the here you can collect the pixel ID, and back to our server container, paste the ID and test code. So go to our event manager, and here you can see that test event, and copy the test code from here back to our server container and paste on it. So now triggering, we will create the new trigger configuration. That will be the custom some event, and that will be the client name. We do not find out yet, so choose built-in variables. We are pick the client name, and that will be the contents, and our client name is GA4. So giving the trigger name, that is the TikTok events. Save it. So giving the tag name, that is TikTok conversion API, and finally we are going to save. Our TikTok conversion API tag is set up for server-side end. Now we have to testing it as our all setup are perfectly working or not. So that go to our Google Tag Manager browser site, preview, and also from the server, we go to preview. Both sides we have to preview. So go to any product page and add to cart, checkout, and giving the information for the purchase, and finally pay now for the purchase event. And you can see that from the purchase event, we have to find out our TikTok conversion API is perfectly working. And now I go to the request 200 get 200 post. That means we are perfectly receiving our data. You can see that even source ID, and then event time, event ID, all our event parameter are finding here. And if I am go to the getting data, we have to find out each and everything: content type, content ID, content name, quantity, content category, order ID, value, all of event parameter finding perfectly. If I go to the event manager in TikTok, here you can see that our purchase event working perfectly because we are only set up the purchase event, that is the server. And in the overview sections after you can see that we have to find out our view content page view. After sometimes you have to find out, and you can see that place and order. We are only set up the 3 event, you know that. So you can see that we have to successfully set up TikTok conversion API, both server and browser, and that is the Shopify Theme Independent DataLayer. You can using this DataLayer easily to set up. So thanks for watching this video. I will see you in the next video with a new topic. Thank you.